Hi, here are the solutions to section 7.3, day 3 homework. If you didn't do this already, hopefully you don't need page 18. So this page, you can just set that aside. If you did print it, hopefully you didn't. You're only going to need, for this first problem, you're going to need page 19 and page 17. And I want you to have them kind of next to each other. I can't fit them next to each other on my screen space for you to see all at once, so I'm going to be swapping back and forth quite a bit. We're going to start off by filling in all of the given information on this problem. Segment AE is a diameter. Okay, that's good to know. DF is a diameter. That's good to know. GA is tangent, so we're just going to touch here. GD is also tangent, so we're just going to touch there. Arc AF is 70 degrees. AF is 70. Arc BC is 30. And arc AB is congruent to arc CD. So I'm going to set those two congruent to each other. All right, now we have to find all the other arc measurements before we go any further. Find all those arc measurements before we go any further. Let's see, I'm going to use this diameter right over here. And this half, 180 degrees. We've used up 70 here and 30 here. That means we've used up 100. So there's 80 left. That has to split between these two guys, and they are congruent. So 80 divided by 2 is 40. Makes 40 here and 40 here on that arc. All right, now if I go to the other side over here, I have no idea. Nothing. I don't have any arc measures, so I'm kind of stuck. So let's see if we can use a different diameter. Let's use this diameter here and go this top half. Let's see, we've used up 40, and 30 is 70, and 40 more makes 110, so then this one over here has to be 70. Now if I would use the bottom half of the circle, 180 degrees, that much is 70, makes this 110, and it works this way too. So 70 there, 110 here. So once you have all of the arcs, then let's go ahead and find the central angles. So first thing we did was label, then we found all of the arcs. Now we're going to find the central angles. All right, and there's only one central angle in here. It is angle 6, and it is exactly equal to its arc. Its arc is 70, so angle 6 is 70. All right, I'm going to go over to my table then that we're having to fill out. This is on page 19. And we want to fill out this table where we just figured out angle 6. Angle 6 was a central angle. And then how is angle 6 formed? Angle 6 is formed by a radius and another radius. And the measure of angle 6 did come out to be 70, so we can fill that in. All right, so that's our only central angle. So moving on, let's go to, I like to do inscribed next. Inscribed angles, vertex on the circle. Let's see, I see one here at 4. And that angle is half of its arc, and the arc for angle 4 is 70, so half of that is going to be 35. I'm going to kind of get all my inscribed angles first, and then I'm going to go to the table. 10, inscribed angle right here, half of its arc, half of 110, that's 55. Angle 5 is an inscribed angle. And it hits right on that diameter. So that is a right angle. Half of 180 is 90. This angle 8 right down here, its arc is arc AF. So angle 8 is going to be half of 70, which is 35. And I think that is all of the inscribed angles that we need to find. So I'm going to go to my table over here. Let's see if I can kind of scooch this over a bit. Yeah. Okay, so we found angle 4 as inscribed. Angle 10 was inscribed. Angle 8. And angle 5. I'm going to go ahead and put those measurements in over here. Let's see, angle 8 was 35. 4 was 35. 5 is 90. And 10 was, what do we say, 55. Okay, now how are each of these angles created? So let's look back. Angle 4 was right here. That is by, this is a chord, and then there's a secant because that extends beyond. So angle 4 is by a chord and a secant. Angle 5, we have a tangent here and a chord. Angle 8, a chord and a tangent. Okay, notice on number 5 I wrote tangent chord, and number 8 I wrote chord tangent. Makes no difference what that order is. And number 10, where's angle 10? Oh, here it is. That is a chord, and this is a secant because that line extends outside of the circle. So a chord and a secant. Okay, got all the interior angles. Oh, excuse me, not interior, inscribed. Now let's go ahead and find the interiors. So my interior angles would be 1, 7. That's it. 1 and 7 are your interiors. So I'm going to kind of show my work down here to find angle 1. It's an interior angle. It's going to be half of its arc. Its arc is 70 plus arc of the vertical angle. Oh boy, that's all this mess. 70 there and another 70, 140. So that's half of 210 or 105. And the other interior angle we had was angle 7. That's half of its arc, and that's 110 plus arc of the vertical angle 70. That's half of 180, which is 90. So angle 7 is a right angle. All right, so let's go put those over here. Angle 1, interior, and angle 7, interior. Angle 1 came out to be 105, and angle 7 came out to be 90. Let's see, angle 1, here's a chord, and that's a secant. A chord stops at the edge of the circle, and a secant goes beyond the edge of the circle, goes outside of the circle. Number 7, this is a chord, and this one is a chord. So this is a chord. Okay. And our last type of angle that we need to look at are our exteriors. And we should have 2, 3, and 9 left. And let's see if that makes sense. 2, 3, 9. Yes. So angle 2, I'm going to do that work down here. 1/2 the big arc minus the little arc. 1/2, angle 2. The little arc right here, 70. Big arc, I got to stop right here because that's where this side hits the circle. And then this side is going to go all the way through to here. So I need all of that, which is a semicircle, so 180. 180 minus 70 is 110. Half of that, 55. Okay, that was angle 2. Let's find angle 3. Yeah, I can do that over here. Angle 3, 1/2 big minus little. 1/2. The little arc for angle 3 is 30. The big arc for angle 3 is 110. Let's see, 1/2, 110 minus 30 is 80. Half of that, 40. And angle 9, another exterior angle, 1/2 of big minus little. 9. The little arc is 40. And the big arc, if I extend that side out, is 70. And 1/2 of 70 minus 40, 70 minus 40 is 30. Half of that is 15. All right, and let's go fill this information in. So let's start with our first one. Well, I'm going to go ahead and fill all these last guys are in an exterior. Angle 2 was 55. Angle 3 was 40. Again, I hope this is a little bit easier for you when you can spread your papers out. 15 for 9. All right, so how are these formed? 2. Here's a tangent and a secant. Three is a secant and another secant. And 9, tangent and a secant. Okay, and there we go. Let's go ahead and move on to the next problem. There's another one just like this. And then that's it for this homework assignment. Just 2 of these big circles. Okay, let's label this diagram. Let's see, we've got a couple of diameters in here. HC is a tangent. Measure of arc AG is 50. AG is 50. Arc BC is 60. Arc FE is 60. Excuse me, and arc ED is 10. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to find all of the arcs. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't read that information. Let's see, top half, semicircle, that's 60 and 50s, 110, leaves 70 up here for this one. Let me go with this diameter here. I've got a 70 and a 60, that's 130, leaves 50 here. And then this half, I got a 50 and a 60, That's 110, and this 10, 120, leaves 60 for that one, for GF. All right, so there's all the arcs. The next thing that we want to find is the central angles. And there's one of them right here. It's angle 8. And the angle is exactly the same as the arc, so that's 50. Let's go ahead and take care of that in our chart right now. Angle 8 is a central angle. Its measure was 50. And it was formed by a radius. Hint, central angles will always be formed by radius. Although technically, I guess if you said chord secant, I would accept that. I would accept chord secant there, but really for central angles, radius. Oh gosh, gotta go back over here. Okay, next one, inscribed. So vertex on the circle. I see a bunch of them. 1, 2, 5, 7. So kind of what I do is I look around the circle and I look for any angles that are numbered right here. So 2, this one's not numbered. 5, 7, and 1. All right, inscribed. The angle is this half of the arc. So angle 1, half of 60, 30. Angle 2, half of that arc, half of 50 is 25. 7, its arc is 60, so half of that makes 30. In angle 5, hits the end points of that diameter. So angle 5 is a right angle then. Okay, let's go fill out our table. Let's see, angle 1 was inscribed. Angle 2 inscribed. Angle 7 inscribed. Was there another one? Oh yeah, angle 5 inscribed. Angle 5 was 90. Angle 1 was 30. Angle 2 is 25. And angle 7 was 30. Okay, all right, angle 1 was formed by a secant and a chord. Angle 2, chord. Angle 5, chord. Oops, I was looking at the wrong one. Oh, never mind, doesn't matter. Still same thing, chord. And angle 7, I got a chord and a secant. Okay, next up, interior angles. Angles that are on the inside. So I kind of start scanning and looking through here for angles that have a number on them that they're not at the center and not right on. Oh, so I see 2 of them. I got a 6 and a 3. Let's find angle 3. Oops. 1/2 of its arc, 50, plus arc of the vertical angle, 110. Half of 160 is 80. Angle 6, 1/2 of its arc, 60, plus arc of the vertical angle, 60. half of 120, which is 60. All right, let's go ahead and put these into our table then. Angle 3 was 80, and angle 6 was 60. I just popped those numbers in over here. And those were interior. And angle 3, formed by, there's a secant and a chord. And 6, secant and a chord. Okay, so if we are good and done this, then all the rest of these 3 should be exterior angles. 4, 9, and 10 exteriors. Let's see. That's kind of the order that we did here. So 4, 9, 10. Perfect. All right, let's find angle 4. 1/2 big minus little. 1/2. Okay, little is 50 right there, and then the big one is going to be that 130. 130 minus 50 is 80, which is 40. Angle 4 is 40. Angle 10. 1/2 big arc for angle 10. All right, well, the little arc's right there. That's 60. Big arc for angle 10. Oh boy. That's all of this. Oh, no, it's not. Back up, Mrs. Rachel. Stop it. It is not. There's the little arc right there is 60. Big arc then, I got to take this side out. I forgot to take this side out to here. Angle 10, so gives that top half of that circle, so that's 180. 180 minus 60 is 120, which is 60. One more. Angle 9, 1/2 of the big arc. Okay, well, first off, here's 9. The little arc is 60. The big arc, all right, now angle 9's big arc, whoosh, all of that. Angle 9's big arc is 50, and 10 is 60, and 60 is 120, and 60 is 180, and 50 is 230. 230 minus 60 is 170. Half of 170 is 85. 85. Okay, let's fill in our table. Angle 9, 85. Angle 10 was 60. And angle 4 was 40. They're all exterior. Four was a tangent and a secant. 9, tangent and a secant. And 10, angle 10, here we go, tangent and a secant. Okay, and there's the answers for table 2. Hope this helped. Bye now.